Now listen, no one can say for sure whether or not those 2 Israeli diplomats that were killed in DC was a false flag operation on behalf of Israel or done by Israel. But I'm just gonna say, if there was a country that is capable and likely to do a false flag operation, and if there was a country that has shown a pattern of committing false flag operations, especially in and against the nations who primarily support them, it would be Israel. And this would be the type of false flag operation they would do. So first of all, free Palestine. Secondly, I'm not saying this out of ignorance. I'm saying this out of a pattern of historical context that we have available to us. For example, we have the USS Liberty attack, the OG false flag from Israel, where Israel attacked a US naval ship in the middle of the 6-day war and tried to convince the world that it was Arabs who attacked the United States. Or we can look at the King David Hotel bombing of 1946. And yes, you saw that date correctly. That is July 1946, just a couple of months after Great Britain and the rest of the West handed Palestine over to Israel. Israelis, disguised as Arabs, bombed the King David Hotel, killed a bunch of British citizens, and the goal was to get Great Britain out of Israel while blaming Arabs. Or we can look at Operation Susanna. Now, this was a failed false flag attempt carried out by Israel in Egypt in 1954. In this failed operation, Israel planted bombs in American, British, and Egyptian civilian targets like cinemas, libraries, etc., hoping to undermine American confidence in the Egyptian government. Now, although thankfully this was a failure, the goal was still the same: kill innocent individuals and place blame on somebody else in order for Israel to achieve its desired goals. So what I'm trying to say is that it's important to free Palestine. But in addition to that, Israel has a habit of literally killing people in order to achieve its goals. And it seems like they kill people in their allied nations because their allied nations will protect them and give them cover as they commit these false flag operations. I mean, we're still trying to figure out what that whole dancing Israeli thing is about. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you should look it up.
And at that point, we were taken for another round of questioning, this time related to our allegedly being members of Mossad. The fact of the matter is, we are coming from a country that experiences terror daily. Our purpose was to document the event.
Secondly, I think the equivalent of saying Hail Hitler or believing in Hitler's ideology would literally be genociding an entire ethnicity or nationality solely because they are said ethnicity or nationality. Like you're doing right now, you psychopathic piece of shit.
Free Palestine is just today's version of Heil Hitler.
But, you know, we're probably going to get the rest of this footage, right? Because this is DC. So the CCTV footage should be all over social media by now, even though we're only seeing the part where the alleged shooter is screaming Free Palestine over and over again. I mean, DC might be the most surveilled city in the entire country, so I'm sure by now there's been more footage released, right? Because otherwise people might find it a little bit suspicious that y'all managed to get your hands on a manifesto before y'all managed to get your hands on more footage to confirm that this suspect that is screaming Free Palestine did in fact commit the crime you are accusing this individual of committing. So like I said, everybody, there's no way to confirm whether or not this is or is not a false flag operation. But I'm just saying, bruh, y'all not doing a good job of convincing me that it ain't. But who knows, we might never find out. Because like this Mossad agent said during a 60-minute interview, the world is Israel's stage. They're the main actors. We're just here to watch the show. Because that isn't the slightest bit eerie.
We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. And the world is our stage.
So to close, I would like to say Free Palestine. Free Palestine. I would like an order of Free Palestine with a side of Free Palestine. And make sure that Palestine is free until it's backwards.